Welcome to our video on polynomial long division. So today we're going to start out with 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 2x minus 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide that polynomial by x plus 2. First thing you do is you set it up as a long division problem. X plus 2 on the outside. Underneath, we'll have 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now what we need to do is figure out how many times x goes into 2x cubed. In other words, x times what will give us 2x cubed. That is 2x squared. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. Pause that for a second. We'll be a little neater now I calibrated. 4x squared. Now what I need to do is I need to subtract this. When I subtract it, it changes this to a negative and it changes this to a negative. Notice everything cancels out. All right. Next, I'm going to bring down what I have left. When I'm dividing with polynomials, I like to bring down every term, all the rest of it. So then I ask myself, x times what is 2x? Positive 2. Then I multiply. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 2 is 4. Then I subtract, which means this changes to a negative, as does this. I subtract, I get negative 7. X times nothing will give me negative 7. So my remainder is negative 7 over x plus 2. There is my final answer. I'm going to try another one setting up. I'm going to do x plus 3 into 3x to the 4th plus 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x minus 9. Randomly. First I ask x times what gives me 3x to the 4th. That's 3x cubed. When I multiply, I end up with 3x to the 4th plus 9x cubed. These both change to subtraction. Cancels, and I get negative 7x cubed. I bring down every last piece. 3x squared plus 5x minus 9. Then I say, what do I multiply x by to get negative 7x cubed? That would be a negative 7x squared. When I multiply, I get negative 7x cubed and a negative 21x squared. I'm subtracting this, remember, changes these two signs, cancels, and I get huge numbers now. 24x squared, bringing down everything else. Plus 5x minus 9. I have a positive 24x. 24x times x gives me 24x squared. 24 times 3 gives me a positive 72x, kind of huge. I subtract, cancels, subtract, so this makes this a negative. My apologies for skipping that step. So these cancel, and I end up with negative 68x, bring it down, minus 9. So now I have minus 68. I do some god-awful division here. Subtraction, or clear out my page, my choice. Multiplication. I'm going to multiply this now. Sorry, it's kind of hard. So I'm going to do negative 68 times x gives me negative 68x. Negative 68 times 3 is negative 130 something. And then my remainder, I would write my number I get over x plus 3. You're going to try one on your own now. So I'm going to ask that you do 2x plus 4 goes into 4x cubed minus x squared plus 2x minus 3. You try it, and let's see if we get the same answers. First, I would multiply by 2x squared, because that gives me 4x cubed. I get positive 8x squared. Change both these signs to a negative, subtract, and I bring everything else down. Now I'm going to, oh, that's a really bad one, sorry. Negative 4.5x. Negative 4.5x times 2 is negative 9x squared. And negative 4.5 times 4 is negative 18x. Switch both those signs because I'm subtracting. Cancels. I get 20x minus 3. So I'm going to do plus 10. 10 times 2 gives me the 20x. 10 times 4 gives me the 40. The pen doesn't calibrate well. Switch both of these to subtraction, and I get negative 43. So my remainder is, sorry, I gotta go over here. My remainder is negative 43 over 2x plus 4. And so this is my final answer. End of video.